Hey, welcome back everybody. Gonna do some chores quick. Gonna probably do a little bit of a crop update. I've really kind of been away from the crops a lot, more focused on machinery at the moment. So we're gonna go out into a field we had some insect issues with. We're gonna go take a look at that and just show you what we're looking at with that. Of course, in typical me fashion, I'm in my good short clothes, so shorts and boots and tall socks. If I can avoid sweating at all costs, I would. So this is an effort to do that. These pigs are pretty new. They've only been here, oh, it's been a little bit less than a week. When the pigs are smaller, it's a lot more critical to go through the pens themselves because you can miss them because they're so small. And it just gives you a chance that you can actually do that. When they're big, almost 300-pound pigs, it's pretty hard to go through a pen and look to see everything. It's just the one way to make sure we're getting everything. And at this stage, it's real critical to protect their health. They're the most vulnerable at this time. On our home site, the very least, we make sure we switch boots. These boots don't leave this barn, and they get washed after every turn, so we don't walking on the same stuff. On to the next one. As you can see, these pigs are quite a bit bigger. They've been here a bit longer. Can't forget about our little cabbies. Our fair pigs, they're looking nice, coming along good. They should be looking real good here in a couple weeks for the fair. I'm gonna show you guys what we did with all the hay we baled up. You know, we conveyed it up in one of my last videos up into the hayloft in the barn here. But some of the other hay we get, corn stalk bales. Sometimes we get one or two corn stalk round bales, mostly for bedding for, you know, like the pigs over there, or even the calves for bedding too. So we like to have that around. Just nice to, better than them sleeping on the hard concrete floor. So a lot of it did come in here. This is just our old barn entryway. We had a lot more going on here. When Grandpa farmed and Dad farmed, we used to keep pigs in the barn outside there through that door. We had been keeping feed in here. We have hay sometimes stacked in here, and then we do keep the pallets of the feed for the calves. But here's a good chunk of some of the hay. We keep much down here because it's easier to get to than throwing it down. So here we are up here. Here's where we were. Not a whole lot up here. All that's left really is when we used to bale straw for bedding for our outdoor pigs. There's just what's left on the ground of that. We did shove the bale conveyor up here after we were done putting these bales up here, but these are all the bales we got off from the waterway, what we couldn't put down below. And so when we need to, we'll just throw them down out that window, and we'll just keep going from there. There was a rope. They used to use a rope to get the bales up in here, but we've since converted it. It's now a rope swing. Kind of like that, but we had more room before. Gonna do some scouting here. I haven't really touched on crops a whole lot this year. Most have been focused on machinery. We got a new tractor, so that's big and cool, but we're gonna go do a little bit of crops action here. Been really starved for moisture. We've had a couple timely rains. There was a general 2-inch rain we had a couple weeks ago, about 2 now, and that's about it. We're way behind on moisture, so this last one going into silking and tasseling, pollination, that's gonna be critical. Hopefully we get a little bit more to sustain us that, but we're just getting into that right now. Right now I'm on the border of our ruby farm, and this is my home farm. My house is right over there. It's the windmill on that farm. Gonna go into the corn here. This is we noticed from the road a couple days ago that we had some corn, looked like it was down, maybe blown down. That's not the case. As you see, we'll get out in here and I'll show you what that's all about. Right along the edge here, you can see we got silks coming out. We got some tassels coming out. Over here, it's not as tasseling much on the north side of the field, but we'll go ahead and dive on in here. So right out here in the field a little ways, I'm standing in kind of a spot here. I don't think you can see this from the road, but deep back in here. I'm gonna show you down at the corn, what the corn's doing. It's coming down. What's causing this is corn rootworm, northern corn rootworm. And what this is called extended diapause. And what that is so the corn rootworms are getting smart. They're adapting to the crop rotation. Usually in our crop rotation, we put beans in after corn every year typically. There's some guys, a lot of cattle guys do corn on corn. We don't do about any of that. The only stuff we'll do corn on corn is Michael does some. And like I say, you can see here, it's all lean and tilted over. And this stuff is pretty silken. This is going to take a pretty good yield hit. This ground, the south side of the field was a little bit looser. Probably a biggest reason, maybe disturb their eggs. But you can see, yeah, we're getting quite a bit of pollen already here. So you can see some of that'd be a northern rootworm beetle. You can tell it's a northern beetle by the color. Northerns are going to be a yellowish green color, solid. And then another pest that's very similar to it is the western cornworm beetle that we'd also have problems with, and they're going to be yellow with 2 black stripes on them. There are southern corn rootworm beetles, but we don't have that big a problem with here. They're more down south. Southern Iowa just barely gets them. So pulling up a root ball here. You can tell obviously there's not near the roots there should be in here. They've been eaten off, so it has really nothing to support it. So that's why they're leaning over like they are. Really sad to see here. Typically this will be a bigger problem in corn on corn fields, but yeah, like I said, those eggs waited a year to come out and hatch. So real unfortunate this is going on, but not much we can do about it at this stage. All right, now this is what the corn looks like. It looks like the little baby corn you see on a salad bar. It's got a long ways to go, it looks like, so we've got time yet. With these stalks leaning like this, it'll still produce something for us. Probably do have rootworms throughout the whole field. Just this side of the field, it seems to got lighter soil, or it's got more disturbed, I think is what the deal is, why they came out. So that'd be the biggest reason there. Probably will not treat fungicide, insecticide on corn this year just because of how dry it's been. And then we haven't had the insect pressure at this point with these. There's not much you can do with that. But moving into beans, we'll be treating all our fields because we can still spray. Our John Deere sprayer can spray the beans easily with fungicide, insecticide. It can't quite spray. If we do put fungicide on our corn, we usually have to hire a Haggie to come in and do it and spray it, because we would knock over too much corn with our sprayer. If I would keep walking any further, I'd probably be covered in pollen. Starting to tassel pretty good out here. More uniform on the north side of the field, like I say, but I'd be pretty yellow if I kept walking through here. About the only good thing about the windmills, we can go into the middle of the field and scout. Here's a crew right here. Right, Stella?
Yeah, she's kind of stinky. Got cow poop on her.
Nice. Yeah. Can't go anywhere without Dad in the Ranger. Has to drive with him. Switching gears to beans here. This is not a huge problem we have right here. This is out on our home farm. This little patch is what was formerly our test plot, and so we'd been planting corn on one side, beans on the other, and so we're working trying to farm it all. We don't use a test plot here anymore just because it's hard to do with our planter with a central fill. It's easier with a box planter. So we just we had meant to do corn on corn to do the whole field corn last year, but we just didn't. And this year we ended up just saying, well, let's just plant it all to one crop, so it's all beans this year. And that's probably why we have what we have here. Right here, you can see that. I'm probably, oh, so you can see the light. What we have here is a potassium deficiency, and it's just the yellow tips on the leaves. It comes from the newest leaves in there. Probably a result of us farming it like we did. Like I say, we would have rather done corn on corn here, because also corn's a little more money than beans are, but just to get it to all one crop here, we just decided to do beans. So this won't be a huge yield detriment to it, but it's just, and like I say, it's just in this spot. You can about tell where the line is, and you can maybe see the like lighter yellow spots right ahead of me right there, and then out in the field. But otherwise, there's nothing, no other disorders like it in the field. And right now we're sitting pretty good. Coming up on insecticide, fungicide timing, we're sitting pretty good on diseases and insects, but we're still going to hit it good because aphids can be pretty detrimental to the crop. Here, the beans have got flowers on them. I don't see, you can see the starts of some pods coming out, but they're a ways off from getting pods yet. But like I say, here we got some in there entering their reproductive stages with flowers. Sometimes they're white, sometimes they're purple. Just depends on the hybrid there. Say hi to the sheep. Hi, sheep. Real quick here, this is the corn on my home place here. This is corn on corn, and like I said, corn rootworm problems are more typical in this field, but this field actually is doing better than that one. It's farther along. I think it was planted before, first of all, but as you can see here, looking out here, we got quite a bit more tassel, more uniform tassel across the field, and the silks are out on just about all of them too. So look, there's a big cluster of pollen, so you can tell we're going into pollination right now. We're starting her off. And if you notice, the last couple videos I've been putting in, I got a logo in the front and the back of the videos. It's kind of channel intro video, whatever. Start off, I'd like to thank my sister for making that, kind of designing that little logo. Still kind of in the works, just to get it all ironed out. Something I'd like to give the farmer brand, so we're going to put that probably on our semi trucks, just other random stuff that we can put on, just give a good brand for the farm. So thanks Aaron for doing that. If you stuck around this long, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody.